Hello, everyone, and welcome to Free Thoughts. Hey guys, so a few of you asked what I believe is going to cause the financial system to go down, be it crypto, be it just the regular stocks, all of it. What do I believe is going to cause that? So that is something that I brought up to the Lord several times and several occasions to give me some clarity on what is going to happen, pretty much. And he has pointed to a few things to me to keep a close eye on and to pay attention to. He's led me to these things through prayer and to look up certain things, to research certain things, and I want to share with you guys what I have been led to. I'm going to share a few videos that is going to come straight from these policymakers, these financial policymakers, I should say, who have a lot of influence in the world markets and just world economies. For you guys who are not too familiar with organizations like the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, or the World Economic Forum, I'm going to share a couple of videos from the World Economic Forum and its founder, Klaus Schwab, I believe is how you pronounce it. I'm going to share it straight from their website so you can see it's not an edited video. It's not some conspiracy that somebody put up on YouTube or the social realms. Straight from these policymakers and what they are envisioning for us, right? Because they obviously, these are the people who make the things happen that affect us day to day. These are the things that are not found in your local news, in your main national news, that you won't hear about unless you are privy to a lot of these informations by doing your own research, or in this case, God leading you to it. Sorry. So yeah, I want to share some of this information with you guys so you can see what the Lord has shown me where we're going. And it's pretty, I won't say scary, because you know what, God has shown me what's going on, so I'm preparing. There's nothing to be scared of. So, but you do need to take heed to this. So I'm gonna start sharing some of these videos, and then we'll discuss it a little bit and how it ties into cryptos. All right, everyone. So this first video is from Mr. Klaus Schwab. He is the founder of the World Economic Forum, and I want you to listen closely to what he has to say.
We all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack. To use the COVID-19 crisis as a timely opportunity to reflect on the lessons the cybersecurity community can draw and improve our preparedness for a potential cyber pandemic.
All right, guys. So this next one is still from the World Economic Forum, and this is more recent. This was January of this year, so it was a follow-up to what the founder, Mr. Klaus, was speaking on.
The COVID-19 pandemic is shaking our economies and societies to the core and shown us how vulnerable we are to biological threats. In the digital world, similar risks are being overlooked right now. A cyber attack with COVID-like characteristics would spread faster and further than any biological virus. Its reproductive rate would be around 10 times greater than what we've experienced with the coronavirus. To give you an idea, one of the fastest worms in history, the 2003 Slammer Sapphire worm, doubled in size approximately every 8.5 seconds, infecting over 75,000 devices in 10 minutes and almost 11 million devices in 24 hours. Fortunately, at least until now, Cyber attacks have not impacted our health the way pandemics have, but the economic damages, and therefore the impact they have had on our daily lives, have been equal and sometimes even greater. You see, the only way to stop the exponential propagation of a COVID-like cyber threat is to fully disconnect the millions of vulnerable devices from one another and from the internet. All of this in a matter of days. A single day without the internet would cost our economies more than $50 billion US, and that's before considering the economic and societal damages should these devices be linked to essential services such as transport or healthcare. As the digital realm increasingly merges with our physical world, the ripple effects of cyber attacks on our safety just keep on expanding at a faster pace than what we're preparing for. COVID-19 was known as an anticipated risk. So is the digital equivalent. Let's be better prepared for that one. The time is now.
All right, everyone. So on this last clip, I wanted you to pay very close attention to the one part, I think it was right at a minute in, when they said to fully stop a COVID-19 like cyber attack is to fully disconnect the millions of devices from one another and from the internet. So what are they telling you? What are they telling us? They are preparing for something of this nature, and that is something that is, whether it's something that is being planned, some would say it's being planned, some would say they're just preparing for the worst. We've had cyber attacks since the found of the internet, and yes, it has increased, but to really push this cyber attack awareness this hard, specifically targeting our financial systems, is a telling sign. This is what I was guided to. This is what I was pushed to pay attention to when I was asking what can crash the markets. This was my answer. Now I want to share with you an article that just came out about 4 or 5 days ago. Went right under the radar of most people, including the news outlets, unless, again, you are really following anything that has to do with finance. Like I mentioned before in my other videos, this was a thing that the Lord led me to when I was younger, as far as paying attention to the financial sector, getting financially literate, and also leading me into these new crypto technologies. So let me share with you this article from 4 or 5 days ago, and this will finish off putting all the pieces together. So this is an article from Reuters from December 9th, as you can see here, and is telling us that the IMF, from the IMF, 10 countries simulate cyber attack on global financial systems. Now, does that not sound familiar from what you have just seen from the founder of the World Economic Forum, from the videos from the World Economic Forum's website? You can find this article on Reuters and other news media that actually reported on it. Israel led a 10-country simulation on a major cyber attack on our global financial systems in an attempt to increase cooperation that would help to minimize any potential damage to financial markets and banks. This is why this is so important. Markets and banks. If you read onto this article, I want to just kind of hit the bullet points of how it's going to affect the markets and how this all ties into cryptos. The simulated war game, as Israel Finance Ministry called it and planned over the past year, evolved over 10 days. With sensitive data emerging on the dark web, the simulation also used fake news reports that in the scenario caused chaos in global market and a run on banks. I want you to focus on that. This simulation, they are planning for everything that would ensue from a cyber attack to our financial system. It would cause chaos in the global markets, obviously, and a run on banks. Now, for those who are not familiar with what that term means, a run on banks is when everybody panics and goes to their bank, ATM, in line to withdraw money, because you never know. The banks don't hold that kind of money. Obviously, most people know that. They don't hold that kind of money. It's our financial system is based on a debt system. They just issue debt. We don't actually have all that money sitting in those banks. So that means if you go to your bank, your local bank, and try to withdraw some money, there won't be any to withdraw. They only keep a limited amount of money on hand. This is why this is so important. You can read on to this article. I'll scroll through here a little slow so you can kind of read through it, but feel free, please go look this up for yourselves. There's going to be so much information that's out there on a cyber attack. That is the main talking points for all these world monetary policy people, from the IMF to the World Economic Forum to the central banks of Europe, the Federal Reserve, which is the central bank here of the US. They are all speaking on this, almost like if they know it's going to happen. They're doing scenarios, they're planning it, they're trying to figure out a way to minimize it. It's like you planning for a storm that you know is coming, you just don't know when. So to go back on the comment that was made on the previous video, what I believe is going to bring this market down, more specifically XRP is what they were asking. What I replied was, it's not just going to be XRP. XRP is just what the Lord has shown that it's going to be used significantly in this new financial system. But amongst other coins, like I've stated before, it's going to be other ones. It's not just that. But how is it going to come down? This is what the Lord has shown me. This is what He's led me to. This is what's going to happen. It's going to bring the financial system to a halt, bringing down cryptos, bringing down the markets, the stock markets, just finance in general is going to come to a screeching halt. So then what are we going to do then? What can we do, and how do cryptos have a role in this? And so as you can see from the last few clips, this is what is coming. This is what I've been led to share, that this is what we need to prepare for. Now you might be asking, what does this have to do with crypto, and how is crypto going to offset this if there's a cyber attack? Isn't crypto online? It is. It is. When our financial system goes down, there's going to be a transition time of some sort, and that's just my speculation. It would have to be. And then we're going to emerge in a new financial system where cryptocurrencies are going to be the base of our financial world. Now again, how can this happen if there's no internet? Now remember, the blockchain is, I want to make a point that the blockchain is almost unhackable. And just because you can't access the internet, it doesn't mean that everything was lost. Everything would still be in the blockchain. It would just, you just wouldn't be able to access it. Once the internet came back online, once our financial systems came back online, we would be in a blockchain based quantum financial system, and it will be presented as such that this would not be able to happen again, because we're now using this new technology called blockchain, etc., etc. This is how it's going to be brought out to the masses. And could a cyber attack happen again and you not be able to access your digital money, if that's, because that's what we're going to go to? Well, let me share something real quick with you, where this is going and how they're going to alleviate that, for those who have not seen it or are not aware. I know a lot of you guys are like me, that kind of came in XRP or whatever crypto you were led to by God, not just because, oh, I'm invested in this. This has nothing to do with investing. That has more to do with people on this channel, at least, who have came to cryptos in general, led by God, that said this is the path you need to take. So a lot of us on here might not be financially savvy, and that's fine. It's great. You're just being led to by the Spirit of God to do what you need to do. You might not necessarily know all the ins and outs, and you're just going by faith, listening to God, and that's great. I want to help you with some of these things for those who don't know. If you know, great. If you don't know, I hope this kind of solidifies what you're believing. So XRP ledger transactions can now be initiated offline. Developers of the XRP Ledger Labs, a software studio that addresses XRPL-based digital payment solutions, demonstrated the concept that their offline instrument for XRP transactions based on QR codes. According to the presentation demonstrated by XRP Labs at Apex Developer Summit in Tallinn, its team created a valuable prototype of the system that allows users to initiate XRP transfers offline. That is major, guys. That is huge. Now, for those who are crypto savvy or financially savvy when it comes to the utilities, a lot of these tokens, you would know what XRP is being used for. It's for, I talked about it in prior videos, it's used for settlements and payments on an institutional level. IMF, central banks, Federal Reserve, lending money out, settling their debts using the XRP protocol. So if their users can transfer XRP offline, what do you think would happen if we happen to go offline again? Would the financial system still be able to function in the background? Would the bank still be able to move liquidity, move capital from place to place if the internet was down? Now, I don't know the details in and outs of what can I still take money out on my ATM. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I am just showing you what has been shown to me, what I've been led to show all of you guys and share this information. I don't know all the details. I don't know how it would work, but it is amazing how it's all playing out in real time. Feel free to look this information up. Please do, actually. Please do. The better informed you are, the better you will be, the better prepared you will be. So that is how cryptos are going to tie in to this great reset, is what they're calling it. I'm sure most of you have heard of it or heard some conspiracy of it. I have shown you on the videos straight from these policymakers what their plan is. This is coming straight from the people who run this world financially, who make the decisions for this world financially. The players who institute anything that has to do with finance and technology. So for the people who ask, what do I believe is going to be the catalyst for the markets to go down? Here's my answer. And it's something that, again, I was shown, I was led to. And when I saw this, it was almost unbelievable. Like, I don't know if I want to share this because it might make me look like a kook. I don't care. I don't care anymore because I'd rather look like a kook than not share what I'm supposed to share, what I'm supposed to share with everyone. And because of my lack of faith or belief, not help somebody else out. So if this helped you out in any kind of way, if it brought any insight, I hope it did. I'm glad it did. I'm glad I was able to help, just giving you details. Again, guys, I appreciate some of the questions, but I'm straightforward with you guys. I don't have the answers in details to some of the questions because I am giving you what I've been given through the Spirit and not just some roundabout way of me finding something. Oh, look, this is what's going to happen. No, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen just because I read it. I am showing you what all the pieces that are being put together and what is leading me to why this ties with this and why this ties with that. And all this is God showing just God showing me this is why. This is why you need to be prepared. For those who are going to take heed, great on you. For those who are still skeptical, pray on it. That's all I can say. Pray on it. Pray on it. Bring it to God. Seek an answer from Him, and He will provide one. I just wanted to make this quick video on that. It took me a little while because I have to find information to load it up and try to edit all this. So thank you guys. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for watching these videos. And we'll see you next time.